Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Saturday Morning TVLog. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. This is Duel, aka the Big D. And welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I know this is kind of different because this is a Saturday Morning TVLog, and I'm going to be spotlighting on two different shows, but they have the same character though. So, what am I going to be talking about? Well, I'm going to be talking about, one of our favorite orange fat cats. No, not Garfield. This was before Garfield. Before Garfield, there was none other than Heathcliff himself. So, anyway, let me see now. Yes. Well, long before we got that more popular syndicated Heathcliff and the Cadillac Cats from Deep, Ruby Spears, before they were bought by Hanna-Barbera, gave us the very first animated series featuring George Gately's famous Fat Cat. Anyway, I'm going to tell you, I really think that Heathcliff was pretty good in his first ever animated series. I didn't think it would be good, but I've been wrong before. But anyway, ABC showed both of these tunes, so I'm going to show you and talk about both tunes. So here we go. Now first off, I'm going to be talking about will be the Heathcliff and Dingbat show from 1980. Now before I get into the description of the side character, Heathcliff, of course, is pretty loyal to the actual character that was created in the comic strips. Now, of course, we all know that Heathcliff is a bit of a troublemaker. Let's see, I'm trying to get some heads up here. Now, we get some of the same characters from the actual comic strip, including the title character and his owners, the Nutmeg family, young Iggy, and of course, Grandma and Grandpa. There'd also be some of the other people that Heathcliff causes trouble for, including the milkman, the garbage man, the dog catcher, and the fish market salesman. They don't quite have all ears, but they also have the bully Muggsy and his dog Spike. Also, there's Heathcliff's gal pal Sonia. Let's see, and lots of other characters. So anyway, these were all pretty good shows. But anyway, back to Heathcliff and Dingbat. Now, legendary voice actor Mel Blanc, who of course was the original voiceover for Bugs Bunny and several other characters, voices the title character. Now, of course, he'd also voice him in the Deep series as well. But anyway, he gets in all sorts of mishaps, but also he kind of is on the lighter side. There are some things that are unlike the comics, but you'll know it when you see this show, okay? Anyway, sorry, I'm trying to read my source, get my sources in mind. But anyway, Heathcliff, it's just the closest same material as what we get from the actual comic strips. Now, the other segment is Dingbat and the Creeps. Revolved around Dingbat, a vampire dog, who he and his pal Spare Ribs, a skeleton, a rotund skeleton that is, which he can change into useful items and what have you, and a gravelly voiced jack-o'-lantern named Nobody. They are self-employed as Odd Jobs Incorporated. Well, Nobody led the team and often found them various work, but however, it did so much mischief and what have you, causing so much situations and all that jazz. So anyway, there were there were all sorts of fun-filled craziness and all that jazz and stuff like that in the series. So anyway, it wasn't too bad of a show. I really did enjoy this for certain reasons. The show is currently available on DVD from the Warner Archives. If you're interested, check it out. It's not too bad. Though the comic strips are, the cartoons of Heathcliff are loyal to the comic strips most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time, though. So you should check out Heathcliff and Dingbat. The next show is Heathcliff and Marmaduke, which came out the following year in 1981. Now, Heathcliff and Marmaduke, which was one of the first Ruby Spears shows to have their little zoom flashing RS logo that would be used for most of their runs and what have you. This show's a little more lighter toned than the other series. Now, of course, we have the ever-popular Great Dane, Marmaduke, was created by Brad Anderson, I think that's his name? Yeah, Brad Anderson. Now, of course, the show was had a few slight changes over the Heathcliff and Dingbat show. Now, unlike Heathcliff and Dingbat, this actually had an actual sing of a theme song. I'm kind of hard trying to figure this out. But anyway, which was done by Scatman Crothers, who, of course, a lot of y'all know him best as the voice of Scat Cat from Disney's The Aristocats, as well as Hanna-Barbera's Hong Kong Phooey, and he was also the voice of Jazz in the original Transformers animated series, and he was also in The Shining as well. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, the Heathcliff cartoons were mostly the same as before. Now, the Marmaduke tunes, on the other hand, were absolutely good, and all that jazz. Now, of course, we actually get to see Marmaduke causing so much mishaps and other stuff and what have you for along with his family, the Winslows, which the patriarch of the family, Phil, is voiced by Paul Winchell, the original voice of Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, as well as Dick Dastardly, and lots of other cartoon characters. So, and of course, we have all other characters, so anyway, that's about it. But anyway, it had lots more fun and what have you. I mean, now, Mr. and Mrs. Winslow look close to the exact same ways they look as their comic strip counterparts. But as for their kids, Barbara, or Barbie as she's called, and Billy, or maybe it's Bobby, it's his Ire name if you know, but if you check out some sources. But anyway, look kind of a little more different than what they are in the comic strips, almost. I've never looked at the older Marmaduke comic strips. I do look at the current editions sometimes, mostly the Sunday editions. Which reminds me, now, each episode of Heathcliff and Marmaduke has 2 interstitials, where we hear Barbie and Billy, or Bobby, whichever name he went by, talk about, doing these 2 things. First up, Marmaduke's Riddles, which is absolutely pretty fun and what have you. The other one is Doggone Funny, which, of course, we get to hear about a person's dog and what it does and what have you, just like in the Sunday edition comic strips of Marmaduke, which that's, of course, what I read, and, I'm usually not much a pet person like I used to, but still, I gotta give it respect and what have you. So anyway, I always read the Sunday edition Marmaduke strips and read Doggone Funny, because I got to say, they were all pretty good. Now, unfortunately, unlike its predecessor, the Heathcliff and Marmaduke show has yet to be released on DVD. Maybe sometime in the future we will get this. Anyway, but the show ended in 1982. And the shows later got aired on the Family Channel, now Freeform, and of course, I think Cartoon Network might have shown, but I may be wrong, but I do know I caught them on Boomerang, though. That's where I got to see every single episode, and, well, that was really cool and all. Now, a couple years later, Heathcliff would be back. Now, however, for a year after the show ended, the Heathcliff segment returned was rerun with a slightly shorter version of episodes of Thundar the Barbarian, which of course also premiered the same year the Heathcliff and Dingbat show did, and it was on the same network. But anyway, 2 years after the show's initial run, Heathcliff was brought back by Deke, which was simply just called Heathcliff, but was also referred to as Heathcliff and the Cadillac Cats, which I'll talk about sometime in a future TV log, since this ran 5 days a week in syndication, which Mel Blanc returned to voice the title character. So, anyway, if you happen to find these somewhere on the net, give either show a try. Give both of them a try. They're both pretty good. I mean, while I do like the Heathcliff and Dingbat show, but I do like the Heathcliff and Marmaduke show as well. Anyway, other voiceovers include Henry Corden, who of course was the voice of Fred Flintstone at the time, and he also did the vocal effects for Thundar the Barbarian's beastly sidekick, Ookla the Mock. June Foray's also a voiceover, where she voiced Iggy and Grandma and Sonia. Let's see, Frank Welker's the voice of Dingbat, and Don Masick, who of course was still voicing Scooby-Doo at the time, voices Spare Rib and Nobody. But there's lots of other voice actors as well. So anyway, give either the Heathcliff and Dingbat show or Heathcliff and Marmaduke shows a try. You might enjoy them. Well, that's going to do it for this Saturday Morning TVLog. What did you think? Which of these shows is your favorite? Do you like Heathcliff and Dingbat, or do you like Heathcliff and Marmaduke? Please feel free to tell me in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, and subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me again next Saturday morning when I tackle another cat that gets in all sorts of mishaps, Eek the Cat. Anyway, thanks for watching. Now, if you like this episode, check out my last 2 Saturday Morning TVLogs. In the upper left-hand corner is the Tom and Jerry Comedy Show, which I did a couple of weeks ago, which also happened to premiere the same year the Heathcliff and Dingbat show did. In the upper right-hand corner is last week's Saturday Morning TVLog for the Tom and Jerry Kids Show. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya!